Alex never expected anything strange from the new interspecies exchange project. He thought an alien roommate would be awkward, maybe a little weird, but nothing more. He imagined a quiet partner, someone who stayed in their corner and studied Earth culture like a shy tourist. But when Cairn arrived, Alex immediately felt something different in the air, like the atmosphere shifted just a little to the left, like the room was no longer only his. Cairn looked almost human from a distance, but not up close. His skin had a faint silver glow, his eyes changed color depending on the light, and his voice always sounded like two people speaking at the same time. He moved slowly, carefully, as if every step needed calculation. Still, Alex tried to be friendly. He shook Cairn's hand, helped him unpack, and offered him water. Cairn accepted everything politely, but Alex kept noticing the same thing: Cairn stared too long. Stared like he was trying to read Alex's thoughts from the outside. That first night, Alex finished brushing his teeth, turned off the lights, and lay down in bed. He hoped tomorrow would feel more normal. He hoped Cairn would relax and act a bit more human. But he had no idea that normal would not return again. Around 2:13 a.m., Alex woke up suddenly. He wasn't sure why. No noise. No movement. Just a strange feeling, like someone was watching him so closely that his skin felt cold. When his eyes adjusted to the dark, he froze. Cairn was standing right next to his bed. Not moving. Not blinking. Just staring. In his hand was a small device, glowing faint blue, spinning with rings of light. Alex's heart jumped so hard he almost yelled. For a moment, he couldn't even breathe. He had read about alien technology in the program booklet. It said students were not allowed to bring scanning tools into shared dorms. And yet, one was in front of him. Cairn. Alex whispered, trying not to sound terrified. What are you doing? Cairn slowly tilted his head, eyes glowing silver. Do not be afraid. I am studying something. Studying what? Alex asked, his voice shaking. Human affection. Alex blinked. Of all possible answers, he did not expect that one. At 2 in the morning. While I'm sleeping. Cairn stepped back, still staring. I waited until your mind was unguarded. It is easier to study emotional signals when you are not fully conscious. That did not make Alex feel better. He sat up slowly, keeping his distance. Look, you can't just scan people while they sleep. That's not normal here. Cairn looked confused. I believed humans enjoyed sharing emotions. Is that incorrect? Alex didn't know how to respond. It didn't matter anyway. The device in Cairn's hand started reacting on its own. The blue light turned sharp white. The ring spun faster. A soft vibrating noise began filling the air. Cairn's calm face changed. This is wrong, he whispered. Your emotional reading should not be this strong. Alex frowned. What do you mean? The device shook violently, and the lights in the room flickered like a storm was trying to break through the wires. Alex felt a pulse in his chest, like someone had tapped his heart from the inside. Cairn stepped back quickly, almost stumbling. You are producing too much energy. It is impossible. I'm just sitting here. Alex said. I'm not doing anything. Cairn shook his head. That is the problem. If you were awake and emotional, it would make sense. But you were asleep, and your readings are already higher than a trained emotional binder. Alex's confusion turned into fear. He could feel something in the room, like invisible pressure pushing against the walls. The air felt thick, heavy. Even breathing became slow. The device in Cairn's hand made a sharp cracking sound. Then it spat out a spark of light and died. The room fell silent, except for Alex's heartbeat. Cairn stared at him with pure panic. Humans were not supposed to be like this. Alex swallowed hard. Like what? Cairn took a step backward, eyes glowing bright gold now. His voice trembled for the first time. Dangerous. Alex tried to stand, but the moment he moved, the lights flickered again. Something invisible rippled across the walls, like the room was reacting to him. Alex froze, afraid to breathe too hard. Cairn raised his hands. Please. Stay calm. Your emotions are activating the environment. My emotions? Alex whispered. What environment? Cairn pointed at the walls. This building has hidden energy sensors. They were placed here by my people. They should never activate unless a strong emotional field is present. But you. He stopped talking. His eyes widened. The shadows on the wall behind Alex moved. Not normally. Not like a trick of the light. They stretched, reaching upward as if alive. Alex turned around quickly, but nothing was there. Only darkness. Cairn stepped forward with shaking hands. Alex, your emotions are making physical reactions. This should not be possible. Humans do not have this power. Alex looked at him, fear rising like a wave. Then what's happening to me? Cairn opened his mouth to answer, but before he could speak, a loud metallic hum filled the room. The floor vibrated beneath them. Alex grabbed the bed frame to steady himself. Cairn whispered one final line, voice full of fear. Something inside you is waking up. Cairn stepped away from Alex, as if any movement from the human might cause another burst of unstable energy. His glowing eyes scanned the air, searching for something only he could see. Alex tried to stand again, slower this time, and the strange hum in the room softened but did not disappear. It felt like something was breathing with them, something waiting. Cairn, Alex said carefully, you need to tell me what is happening. Cairn hesitated. For the first time since arriving on Earth, he looked unsure of himself. His silver skin dimmed as if the fear inside him affected the light he carried. Humans were always considered emotionally strong, he whispered. But not like this. Your emotion field should be small, nearly invisible. What you produced just now, it is more powerful than some alien species. Alex shook his head. That doesn't make sense. I'm normal. I'm just a person. Cairn stepped closer, slowly, like approaching a dangerous animal. Maybe you believe that. But your signal says something else. Something inside you is expanding. Alex felt a cold sweat on the back of his neck. Expanding how? Before Cairn could answer, the device on the floor flickered back to life for a second, glowing weakly. A thin beam of light shot upward, forming a shape, almost like a pulse, then vanished again. Cairn stared at the empty air, horrified. It is trying to reconnect to you. But it cannot handle the energy. Alex backed away, bumping into his desk. Cairn, I don't want any of this. Can you turn it off? Block it? Do something? Cairn shook his head. This is not technology we can shut down. It's you, Alex. The room is reacting to you. Suddenly, the window rattled, as if something outside slammed into the glass. Both of them froze. Alex felt a sharp jolt in his chest, a surge of emotion he couldn't explain. Fear. Shock. Something stronger. His reflection in the window flickered for a split second, like a glitch in a video. Cairn saw it too. Alex, he whispered, do not feel anything right now. Are you serious? Alex snapped softly. How am I supposed to not feel anything? Your emotions are amplifying, Cairn said. The more fear you feel, the stronger the reaction. The room could collapse. Or worse. Alex tried to breathe slowly, but every breath made the air feel hotter. He felt pressure around him, like invisible hands pushing closer. Cairn raised both palms as if calming a wild creature. Listen to me. Your body is producing emotional waves. They affect physical space. If you lose control, The desk lamp turned on by itself. Then off. Then on again, brighter than before. Alex stared at it. I'm not touching anything. That is the point, Karen whispered. The walls made a soft groaning noise, almost like they were bending. The shadow behind the bed stretched again, longer this time, reaching across the floor like an arm. Alex stepped back quickly, but the shadow reacted, pulling away as if afraid of him. Karen trembled. This is beyond what I expected. Your emotional field, it's intelligent. Alex's heart raced faster. The shadow rose again, forming shapes that almost looked like faces for a moment before melting back into the floor. Alex felt sick. Karen, are you telling me my emotions are alive? For now, Karen said, they are unstable. They are looking for structure. A form. A target. Alex swallowed hard. A target? Yes, Karen whispered, voice shaking. Something to bond with. Something to control. Alex felt a chill rush down his spine. Why me? Why now? Karen shook his head. I thought you were an ordinary human. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you are connected to something older, something stronger. Something my people feared. Alex started to protest, but the floor vibrated again. The air shimmered, as if heated by an invisible flame. Then, silent. Completely silent. Even the humming stopped. It felt like the world held its breath. Karen looked around nervously. This is bad. It is preparing for something. Alex whispered, preparing for what? Karen didn't answer. His eyes widened instead. Alex turned to see what he was staring at. The shadow on the wall had stopped moving. And it was looking directly at Alex. Not a trick of the eye. Not an illusion. A shape, like a tall figure made of darkness, stood perfectly still, staring at him. Alex stumbled backward, shaking. What is that? Karen whispered, voice barely audible, it is your emotional projection. But it is too clear. Too stable. It should not be able to form a body. Alex felt his pulse explode in his ears. Make it go away. I cannot, Karen whispered. Only you can. How? You must calm down. Now. Alex tried. He really tried. But the figure stepped forward, its shadow feet making no sound. It reached the edge of the room, still staring at him, as if waiting for something. Karen grabbed Alex's arm, fear taking over. Do not let it touch you. If it bonds with you. The lights cut out. The room fell into complete darkness. Only two things remained visible. Karen's glowing silver eyes. And the shadow figure standing right in front of Alex. The moment the lights vanished, Alex could not breathe. The darkness was too thick, too real, like something alive had swallowed the room whole. He could not see his own hands, or the bed, or the walls. But he could feel something standing inches away from him, silent, cold, and waiting. Karen, Alex whispered, his voice shaking. Are you still here? Karen's glowing eyes blinked in the dark. I am here. Do not move. The projection is still forming. Alex tried to step back, but Karen grabbed his wrist tightly. If you move, it will follow your motion. It is connected to your emotional field. Alex swallowed hard. Why is it so close to me? Because you woke it, Karen said. And now it wants something from you. What does it want? Alex whispered. Karen shook his head. I do not know. This has never happened before with any human. The shadow figure shifted, slowly, smoothly, like smoke learning how to walk. Its outline sharpened, forming arms, shoulders, and a faint head shape. But no face. Only empty, black space where eyes should be. Alex's heart pounded harder. The air grew colder around him, the kind of cold that felt like it was sinking under his skin. Cairn. I don't think I can do this. I can't stay calm. You must, Cairn insisted. If your fear grows, the projection will grow too. As if hearing Cairn's words, the figure lifted its head. A deep echo vibrated in the room, not a sound exactly, more like a pressure inside Alex's ears. Alex felt dizzy, like the world tilted sideways for a second. Suddenly, the lights flickered on for a split second. And Alex saw everything clearly. The figure was standing right in front of him, its head level with his, its shape almost copying his outline, but twisted. Like a version of him made from shadow and instinct. Then darkness again. Alex gasped, stepping back quickly. It's copying me. Yes, Cairn whispered. It is forming based on your emotional structure. But it is unstable. If it completes the form, it might not remain harmless. Alex grabbed the wall to steady himself. His breath formed small clouds in the cold air. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? Cairn's voice softened. You felt. That is enough. The shadow lifted an arm. Alex did the same by accident, pulling his hand away from the cold wall. The shadow copied him a half-second later, but its arm was longer, stretching unnaturally, bending in angles that no human could bend. Alex's stomach twisted. Cairn, this thing isn't me. It is not supposed to be, Cairn said. It is supposed to be weak. For all humans, the projection appears only as a blur. Something small. Something harmless. But yours. He hesitated. Yours is evolving. Alex felt a jolt of fear shoot through him, and the shadow grew taller in response. Its head brushed the ceiling. Its arms reached the corners of the room. Cairn let out a sharp breath. Stop feeling fear. Now. I can't. Alex said. It's impossible. Try. Cairn snapped. Alex shut his eyes, trying to think of nothing. Trying to breathe. Trying to calm himself even as the air felt like ice. But then, the room shook, a deep rumbling from beneath the floorboards. The window cracked. The desk slid an inch across the floor. Cairn's eyes widened. Alex, it is no longer just reacting. It is expanding beyond you. It is becoming its own force. Alex pressed his back against the door, shaking. Is it going to hurt us? Cairn shook his head slowly. I do not think hurting is its goal. Then what? Alex asked. To bond, Cairn whispered. Before Alex could respond, the shadow suddenly shrank down, collapsing into a swirling mass on the floor. It pulsed like a living heartbeat. Alex felt something in his chest respond, like a magnet pulling him forward. He stumbled toward it before stopping himself. Cairn grabbed his shoulder. Do not go near it. I'm not trying to. Alex said. It's pulling me. The shadow pulsed harder. A low sound filled the air, something between a whisper and a growl. Alex's vision blurred for a second. He felt lightheaded, weightless. Cairn stepped in front of him. Listen to me. The projection is searching for an anchor. If it bonds with you completely, you will no longer be only human. Alex's throat went dry. What does that even mean? Cairn did not answer. His silence was worse than the truth. The shadow rose again, this time smoother, more controlled. It hovered inches off the ground, slowly drifting toward Alex like it knew exactly who it belonged to. Cairn pushed Alex behind him. Stay back. But the shadow passed through Cairn as if he were made of air. Alex felt it before he saw it, cold, deep, and heavy, touching his chest. Not physically, but inside. Like hands reaching into his emotions, searching, choosing. Alex gasped, gripping his shirt. Cairn, it's inside me. Cairn stepped back trembling. It is not inside you. It is connecting with your emotional core. Alex, it has chosen you. Alex shook violently. Chosen me for what? Cairn whispered the answer with fear in every word. To become something your species has not seen in thousands of years. The shadow shape wrapped around Alex's outline. And his eyes began to glow. Cairn had seen many strange things in his life, but nothing prepared him for what he saw now. Alex stood in the middle of the room, his eyes glowing with a faint color he had never seen in any human before. Not blue, not green, something deeper, something ancient. The shadow wrapped around Alex like a second skin, shifting and moving as if alive. It pulsed with every beat of Alex's heart. Alex grabbed the edges of the desk to steady himself. Cairn. I can't control it. Cairn took a slow step back. Do not try to control it. You will make it stronger. Alex shook his head. It's already strong. I can feel it. It's like something is watching me from inside my own body. Cairn swallowed hard. That is the emotional core. It is not supposed to awaken. It is extinct in humans. Gone for generations. Alex's voice trembled. Then why do I have it? Cairn scanned Alex with his glowing eyes, observing the energy around him. I think you are a carrier. A rare one. Something hidden inside your species long ago. Something powerful enough that my people feared it. Alex felt pressure build in his chest again. Not pain, more like a heavy warmth spreading outward. He felt emotions he could not name. Memories surfaced that were not his. He saw flashes, strange landscapes, alien skies, a bright light expanding across a dark world. He gasped, holding his temples. Cairn, I'm seeing things. Cairn rushed forward, putting a hand on Alex's shoulder. Do not follow those visions. They are not real. They are echoes. Fragments of the core searching for identity. Alex blinked rapidly, trying to steady his breathing. It feels real. Because the core wants you to trust it, Cairn whispered. It wants to bond. Alex squeezed his eyes shut. What happens if it bonds with me? Cairn hesitated. You will no longer feel emotions normally. You will create them. They will become energy. They will shape the world around you. In the wrong hands, it is a weapon. In the right hands, something even my people cannot explain. Alex opened his eyes, and the glowing color inside them brightened. The shadow figure around him twitched, forming sharper lines, almost like armor. Something inside Alex responded, a quiet voice or instinct he could not understand. For a moment, Alex felt powerful. Stronger than ever. Like he could lift the world with a thought. Then the window cracked again, this time splitting completely, pieces hanging in place as if frozen mid-air. Alex stepped back. Cairn. I didn't mean to do that. I know, Cairn said. That is why it is dangerous. Alex looked at the suspended glass pieces. They stayed where they were, defying gravity, waiting for him to feel something. Alex forced himself to stay calm, and the pieces dropped suddenly to the floor. Cairn sighed with relief. Good. You can still resist it. Alex shook his head. For how long? Before Cairn could answer, a sharp alarm cut through the silence. A red light flashed through the hallway, leaking under their door. Cairn's eyes widened with fear. What is that? Alex asked. Cairn stepped away from the door. Not good. The building has detected an emotional surge. That only happens when something extremely powerful awakens. Alex frowned. They know about me. They know something is here, Cairn whispered. And they are coming. Footsteps echoed outside, heavy, organized, too many to count. Alex backed away from the door, the shadow tightening around him protectively like it sensed danger. Cairn, who is coming? Cairn didn't answer immediately. His hands shook as he pressed his palm to the wall. A small hidden panel opened, revealing a glowing communication stone. He stared at it, then slowly closed it again. "My people," he whispered, voice trembling even more. "They were monitoring us. They were waiting for the signal." Alex felt dread crawl up his spine. "Why? What do they want?" Cairn finally met Alex's glowing eyes. "They want to take you," he said. "To keep you from awakening fully. To stop you before you become something they cannot control." Alex felt the shadow compress, as if preparing to defend him. "I'm not going with them." Cairn shook his head. "They will not ask. They will force you. They fear your kind. They always have. This experiment was never meant to help humans. It was meant to confirm if humans could still awaken the core." Alex took a step back. "And now they know the answer." Cairn nodded slowly. "Yes." The footsteps stopped outside the door. Silence. Then a soft mechanical click as something unlocked the room from the outside. Cairn grabbed Alex's arm, panic in his voice. "Listen to me. Whatever happens, do not let them touch you. If they take you, you will never see this world again." The door handle began to turn. The shadow around Alex surged upward like a protective shield. Cairn whispered the last warning before the door cracked open. "Alex, run." The door opened only an inch, but that was enough for Alex to feel the danger outside. A cold rush of air swept into the room, carrying the sharp metallic smell of alien machinery. Something moved in the hallway, silent, controlled, too precise to be human. Alex stepped back, and the shadow wrapped tighter around him, reacting like a living shield. Cairn positioned himself between Alex and the door, though his shaking hands showed he already knew it would not be enough. His glowing eyes brightened with fear Alex had never seen before. 3 tall figures slipped through the opening. They were the same species as Cairn, but older, stronger, wrapped in armor that shimmered like liquid metal. Their faces were calm, too calm, like they had seen this scenario many times and never lost. The tallest one spoke, voice deep and cold. "Carrier identified. Emotional core detected. Extraction required." Alex's stomach tightened. "Extraction," he whispered. Cairn moved in front of the armored aliens, raising both hands. "He is under my care. I have the right to finish the study." The leader ignored him. "Your study is over. Step aside, Cairn of the 7th line." Cairn didn't move. "He is not stable. If you force the core, he could." "We are aware," the leader interrupted. "That is why extraction is necessary. Before the core reaches full awakening." Alex felt heat build inside his chest again, and the lights flickered. The aliens noticed. Their helmets shifted shape, forming protective shields. Alex took a shaky breath. "Cairn, what happens if they take me?" Cairn didn't look back at him. His voice dropped to a whisper. "You disappear. Forever. They will hide you in a sealed dimension. No earth. No sky. No people. Only silence." Alex felt the shadow twitch anxiously around him, sensing the fear rising. The aliens lifted their arms, activating glowing restraints that hovered like floating rings. "Subject unstable," one alien said. "Prepare to suppress emotional field." Alex stepped back instinctively, and the shadow flared outward, sending a wave of dark ripples across the room. The alien staggered half a step, surprised. "Containment field disrupted," one of them growled. "Human is exceeding expected levels." Alex's voice cracked. "I don't want to go with you." "You do not have a choice," the leader said calmly. But before they could move closer, Cairn suddenly spread his arms wide. "No. I will not allow it." A bright flash burst from his hands, a pulse of silver energy slamming into the armored aliens. It wasn't strong enough to knock them down, but it pushed them back a few feet. The leader stared at Cairn with cold anger. You dare attack your own line? He is not a threat, Cairn pleaded. He does not understand his power yet. Let me guide him. Let me. You have grown attached to your subject, the leader said. A violation of protocol. Cairn froze. That one sentence shattered him. Alex saw it in Cairn's face, the guilt, the fear, the truth. Cairn cared about him. More than he was allowed to. The shadow around Alex reacted to Cairn's emotion. It pulsed violently, as if protecting not just Alex, but him. The aliens advanced again. Alex felt panic rise inside him, too strong to control, and the shadow exploded outward, filling the room like a dark storm. The furniture rattled, the floor vibrated, and the walls groaned under the pressure. The aliens lifted their weapons. Emotional surge critical. Prepare to neutralize. Alex's heartbeat thundered. Cairn grabbed Alex's shoulders. Listen to me. You must choose right now. Fight them, or run. If you do nothing, they will take you. Alex stared at the shadow swirling around him, alive and powerful. I don't know how to use this, he whispered. You don't need to, Cairn said. Just decide. The core will follow your decision. The aliens aimed their weapons. Alex's chest burned, glowing brighter from inside. The shadow twisted around him, waiting for a command. Cairn tightened his grip and whispered the words that changed everything. Alex, who do you want to be? The lights shattered. The room exploded with energy. Everything went white. Then, darkness. The last thing Alex heard before losing consciousness was an alien voice shouting. Contain him. Do not let him awaken fully. And Cairn's voice, fading but desperate. Alex, fight it. Don't let them take you. The story ends with Alex's body collapsing to the floor. But the shadow remains standing. Watching. Waiting. Awake.